Welcome back, everybody. Derrick Soo, your East Oakland advocate. Welcome back to Chi Energy Training. And the exercise that I put before you is to help you become more aware of your surroundings, number one. Number two, I don't have any students that I can pass this on to. And the Chi Energy Training that I'm putting before you here is something that uh, is very helpful to everybody, and it's very mystic, and um, very few people are experienced enough and have trained enough in order to teach chi. And so that's the purpose of this exercise, for me to pass on my knowledge and my skill to you, hopefully that you can learn and uh, become quite the student of the future. And um, what we're the principal foundings of what we're doing on these exercises, number one, we're creating an atmosphere of harmony within your own body, mind, and spirit. And that's the foundation. And if you look at Star Wars and any other type of show that showed some sort of meditation, this is what we're doing. We're actually uh, cleansing our mind, emptying our mind of what's in front of us, what's happening, and then opening our minds to the universe. And the universe is energy, chi, and every living being has a chi. And what the chi is the internal energy, your internal energy. And you have an antenna that you use to send out your chi and to receive chi from other beings. And so what we're doing, we're making you, we're helping you to become aware of your aura, AURA. And that's the most important thing, because that's the key. And right now, most people have some touch with their aura, but in most cases, less than a 1% interaction with their actual energy where they understand it and they can control it. Once you've mastered and harnessed chi, the world is a very different place for you. Uh, Information comes in from the universe, uh, powers and um, things that you never thought you could do, you are now able to do. Uh, One of my greatest talents from chi is the ability to control a person's mind, not control it in their thoughts, but control their mind thoughts, because um, I can overwhelm them with my energy and block out uh, things that I don't want them to see, such as me even walking right in front of them. I can literally become invisible in front of them because I am distracting their aura. What I'm actually doing is flooding their aura with information and distractions. And so their their aura brings all of that information into the person's mind, and the mind is so overwhelmed and distracted with stuff that they don't even notice me walking right past them. And I've done that many times in my homeless encampment with people, because I literally walked in front of many different people, small groups of people who never saw me. And then all of a sudden, I call to them once I've passed them. He said, "Where'd you come from? How'd you get here?" "I just walked right here. I've been here all the whole time. We didn't see you come in." And so it's things like that, or the ability to read a person's energy and know who they are and what their intentions are. So that's the the chi, the good part of chi. Also, the bad part of chi is that if you don't harness it properly, you can become that Darth Vader type person, very evil. You can use these powers for really bad things, and that's what we see with a lot of criminals. A lot of criminals don't understand what they're doing. They're using their negative chi. Their negative chi gets them in a lot of trouble, and it can do that. So chi can work to your advantage or disadvantage. And so what we're going to do is work on your internals so that we can tune your aura so that you can receive the proper messages. So first thing that we do, like last week in the exercise, you have to find a quiet place, free of distractions as much as possible. Today, it's nearly impossible to find an actual place where you can be isolated from the world. I have this space right here where I have walls all the way around me, a lot of soundproofing, and very few distractions of the world. And then what I do, I close my eyes and work on cleansing my mind. The moment I close my eyes, I work on freeing my mind, clearing my mind of all thoughts. I mean, all thoughts. You can't even think about time. Don't think, don't think. What you're doing, you're listening for your own heartbeats, the movement of your muscles. You should be able to hear those or uh, feel them. You should be able to feel that. And once you've uh, locked in on your body, the frequency that your body operates on, the chi energy frequency, and it must remain in harmony with the environment. And if you have conflict in your mind, your heart, and soul, chi is very difficult to attain because you don't have that quiet, you don't have that peace of what's needed for chi in order to hear the messages, to hear the information that's coming into you. You have to be quiet. So the first thing we have to do is become more aware of our body. And by becoming more aware of our body, we become more aware of our senses of feel, our senses of sight, our senses of hearing, and we also start tuning in to our aura, because once we start finding peace and harmony within our own, the messages from the universe can now be received by your aura. And now those messages coming into your aura are energies that are now coming into your mind. And with your mind, you have to be able to decipher and discern the information that's coming in during those quiet meditative times. And so you have to remain peaceful. And there are going to be distractions. If you watched the movie Kung Fu back in the 70s when it was a series, or you can even watch a lot of portions now. Don't look at the fighting portions. The fighting portions are very, very minimal in that series. It's all the lessons throughout that particular episode that is the focal point. And the focal point is on one's aura and their chi. And if when you saw the show and they're in the monastery, everybody's very calm, very quiet, very peaceful. And then that allows them to be able to go into a meditative state very easily and be able to find answers to the universe. And that's what we're doing. We're finding answers to the universe. So working on your chi for the next week here. The next week I'll be back with part 2 of our chi series. And we're going to take baby steps here, because this is really big. And this is an opportunity for you to learn something that you're not going to get anywhere else by anybody else, because there are so few people that understand the chi energy that surrounds us and our universe. And once you've reached the level of mastery and have harnessed chi, you'll be in a very different place. What I call the fifth dimension of knowledge and assistance. And once you've reached that, how do you know you've reached that? It's because you're calm all the time. You're peaceful even when things are very stressful. This will help you manage that stress in your life, the really negative things, and this will help you by tapping into your chi energy and the universal knowledge. You'll come up with answers to all of the things that um, are troubling you and trouble your particular world. And that's what I've been relying on to come up with my answers for the homeless situation, the situation here in Oakland. Also with Chi Energy, it protects you because it gives you warnings of things that are going to happen. And one of the things that I can say is that by adding in Chi energy training to your martial arts, this will give you a huge, I mean, a huge advantage, because once you've tapped into the Chi energy and the universal knowledge, not only do you avoid time and space, but you can see the future. You can see minutes and hours into the future with your Chi in the fifth dimension. And that fifth dimension is an incredible world. You get answers, you have power, you have knowledge. And that's where I've been. And so what I'm trying to do is help you to overcome the world here and bring you peace in your life, and hopefully some clarity into your purpose in life, even because it was a long time ago when I was very young that I was told what my purpose was, and my purpose was to serve my community, to be a benefit to my community, not for compensation, but for the happiness and welfare of my community. And that's what I'm working for. I'm not working for money. I've already been rich. I've had money, and I've had a lot of beautiful things in my life, and even what some people are saying, well, you've had a pretty uh, what's the term we should use, storied life. And uh, yes, and that was because I had planned my life. I was told from a very early age, like I said, that I was going to be groomed for being a community leader, to lead a community. And I've done that throughout my life. I've I've worked it with my own community, the Chinese community, Oakland, Chinatown. Then with that, I I had my organization, my company, which did counterterrorism for 20 years. So I led that community. I kept the community called the United States safe. I kept the terrorists at bay on the West Coast. So this has a lot of implications for your future, for your happiness, and for your family and safety. So work on your quiet time this week. Look inside. If you have conflicts going on in your head, your heart, and soul, you have to work with that and ask for those answers in your chi, and you'll receive those answers. Work on your aura this week. Work on your quiet time, peaceful time. I know it's very difficult at times, but we have to do this. And probably one of the things that I can say about the chi, it is real. And how I say this is because my chi master that taught me many many years ago, from the age I started at age 14, and it took me 10 years to acquire my mastery at chi. And in those 10 years, it was a journey. It was sometimes a journey of frustration because there were no breakthroughs, there were no milestones that I was achieving in the beginning. And that's probably the hardest part, because you can become very um, disinterested in your training because you're not seeing results. You're not seeing any real change. Change is slow in the beginning, and it may take you a year, maybe even 2 years. It took me a couple of years to do this, and I expressed my frustration with nothing's changing, nothing's happening to my Sifu. And my Sifu said, patience, patience. And so that's what I tell you, patience. And it will happen, the first breakthrough. And the first breakthrough, it's incredible, because it's like a light bulb literally going on. Do you remember back in school when you finally understood something and you got it? The light just boom, like that. That's how it is with the chi. And attaining your first level of your chi training, it is a milestone. It is a real milestone. But the entire journey is quite vast. There's a lot of work. There's going to be frustrating moments and periods in time. You're going to plateau, and then sometimes it's even going to feel like you're going backwards. But that's where you're stepping forward into the next level and gaining higher chi and understanding more. And right now, you're if I can tell you, you're like at the beginning of the movie Star Wars, when Luke Skywalker had just met Yoda, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I had all of these people. I had my Yodas. I had my Obi-Wan Kenobis who taught me. I was that young Jedi, Luke Skywalker, and they taught me a lot. And then it was them passing on or moving on that helped me even more, because even though we were separated, our chi energies can still communicate. That's the fifth dimension. Thanks for joining me today. Good luck on your journey.